Well, at least you have a lot of kids who are going to be helping take care of you in our old age, right?
So we got all these
Yeah.
pairs of grandkids. That'll be
Yeah,
5 and
little
6
girls
for me.
get
That's
to
crazy.
split
Yeah.
it, get out of
No
it.
Abigail Diamond or
Oh, I
anything
know,
like
man.
that.
Hope it's something like that, you know.
Yeah. Meat hook sodomy. That would be a good name for a child.
Yeah.
Blaze Bailey.
Right. I am born this day. We'll do a whole opera about a baby being born.
Peekaboo,
I see up my mom's vagina. Oh, well, you missed a good show at 4:00, man.
I know, man. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
So we just talked about cannabis a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I was
A
just
lot of cannabis talk.
all right. Well, hey, we are ready for Slugfest number 2, Chop. If you are ready to go, man.
I'm ready to roll, brother.
All right, let's do it.
Hi, guys and girls. Congratulations, you found heavy metal horror. Enjoy.
I am Montag, mass revolution. What goes up must come down, but not always.
Hey, this is Chop Top. Keep this one heavy because it's going to feel like being born again on the 7-star. Rock on.
That was cheesy. Dreadbull.
And Dreadbull knows something about cheese. And you are watching and listening to
Heavy.
horror. Oh, kitties. Yes. If you're still with us after last week's amazing show about cannabis, welcome to the family. Well, tonight we are returning to a pretty fun format. Slugfest. Yes. Tonight we are pitting 2 albums from the same band against one another. 1983's Born Again and 1986's Seventh Star. Now, if you don't know, those both Black Sabbath albums. Was that Dreadbull? Did you fart when I said Seventh Star?
No, I didn't.
Really? I guess he's already got his vote in, guys.
Yeah. Who can say in this corner? Oh, I forgot to do the voice. Hailing from this corner from San Francisco. No, that was from the last time. San Francisco, Los Angeles. Wait, get my notes right. Come on. There we go. Okay, I do know that Born Again is from 1983, and it's 40 minutes and 40 seconds. And Seventh Star is from 1986. It's 35 minutes and 2 seconds. So there we go. But I have to say off the bat, if we're going to start, I think we have to say Born Again wins a bonus round for having one of the best album covers of all time. I just want to start off the show with that.
And on the flip side, I knew it was a bad sign when you look at the cover art for Seventh Star and it's just one freaking dude standing in a desolate landscape all by himself, like he's the only member of the band, standing there. It's not even a good picture of the guy.
No.
And
had a bad
Black
lighting
Sabbath featuring said lone band member. So I'm like, ooh,
yeah, wearing a jacket. He's just standing there wearing a jacket.
Yeah. It doesn't inspire confidence. That album cover.
Let's tell our listeners up front that Seven Star was actually supposed to be, as much as you probably already know, a solo album for Tony Iommi. I think it was record label pressure though made him still put the Black Sabbath name featuring Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
So it definitely, I love both albums, but so this is going to be a hard one for me, personally, because I got 2 of my favorite singers of all time in there, and I just like a lot of the music on there. But we'll dive deeper into that. And as far as another fun fact about Born Again is a fact that Ian Gillan, when he first saw the cover art of that, he threw up. It made him sick, literally sick.
That's a good story. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's a good story, man. That cover's awesome.
That is the best.
It is. I know. I that's a shirt, man. That is a poster. That is a shirt. That's like one of the best. I actually used that when we did our top 10 album covers of all time with Sorcerer when they were with us. Remember our top 10 No, was it? No, it was with Vic. I don't. Was the Sorcerer with us? No,
Vic.
it was just it was Vic, and we did our top 10 album covers. That was one of my picks. Born Again.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll say up front as well. So I'm going to lean on your Sabbath knowledge, Chop Top, because Sabbath isn't a band that I've like followed closely their entire career. Not like a Maiden or something where I'm there for every release. So you know, you know enough of Sabbath, just being a metalhead, and it gets played everywhere. So yeah, I wasn't honestly not very familiar with either one of these albums. So these were mostly first true top to bottom listens for both of these albums. You hear smatterings here and there, but I don't think I'd ever sat down and listen to these. So I'm probably losing metal cred as I speak, but that's just where I'm at. So these are kind of early, like mostly first impressions of this stuff. So that's where I'm coming from.
That'll be interesting. All right. Yeah. And I fall in between the two of you. I'm not the fan that Chop Top is, but I've listened to him enough to know which one I dig more. But yeah, I think that's all we'll say about it. So I think we should go to round one. Now, well, here's what the cool thing is, guys. I found a nice boxing bell sound. Nice. We should be going ding, ding between each one. So let's hear it for round one. And it'll chime. It'll be nice.
We didn't hear it on our.
No, we didn't hear it.
Unfortunately.
No. It's all taken care of in post, because that's where the magic happens.
Okay, all the magic in post.
All the magic, right? Yeah, none of this means anything until I put it together for public consumption. Who's got to put in the intro and the bumper and the music?
You guys are shit.
Yeah, come on now. We know.
So I've got my scorecard. I got my
scorecard too. So
oh, you've got one. I mean,
you're doing you're keeping track.
No,
yeah, you definitely do that. That's awesome.
Tracks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you did that last time. That was excellent. Okay,
so we have 9 tracks on this.
We have 9 tracks, right? Which is nice.
So let me add another row here. Okay. All right.
And we actually, we'll get to that. We're gonna get to it. I want to jump ahead. All right. So round one, ting ding. Dreadbull, why don't you go first?
Oh, you want me to start? Okay. So yeah. We're talking trashed. We're starting with Born Again, I assume.
Born Again. In this corner, Born Again.
Didn't like it. Thought it was boring and uninspired. I did not like it. I mean, there were some pretty good solos in this track, but I don't know. Towards the end of the track, some decent solos, but I don't know. It was just a nothing track. The riffs were really generic. Did nothing for me. I just didn't like this song. It just was. It was like I've heard this song a million times with other bands, and I don't know. It's like a Kiss song.
Oh, boy.
You just don't know.
Too grown.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look, there's some good Kiss songs. You just have. Now it's personal.
Coming out swinging.
Yeah, that was a low blow. Hey, look, here's my friend. Pop in the sack. Oh man.
Well, thank you.
Why don't you tell Chop Top he hopes he gets COVID again?
I'm saving that for track 2.
There we go. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, didn't like it. Boo. Boo.
All right. So now how about in for the kill?
In for the kill. So it's a better track, I think. This one didn't inspire me either, but I think it is all in all a better track.
Long haul. I'm not inspired.
It's gonna be a perfect fucking
Live
draw
to please me, Black Sabbath.
This track at least.
I'm just saying it right now.
This track at least felt like they put some effort into it. Like this actually has some effort put in here. The main riff has a nice little gallop to it, which I liked. The overall production is definitely better. Born Again's production is pretty thin. It sounds like an older, when was this out? Early 80s? 83, yeah.
But that's even not characteristically Black Sabbath, because a decade before they're, and you listen to Paranoid, that album sounds completely different. Yeah, mixing everything, So yeah,
that's the overall mix of Born Again. I guess if I say an overall mix is is not good. You'd think
Yeah.
Sabbath could do a better job in the studio, and I think I listened to the remastered version, and it was still, at least
Wow.
it said it was remastered.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Spoiler
Sorry.
alert! I have both originals.
Wait a minute. You want, here, hold on. Here's my surprise face.
and they're both remastered, and I'll get to my the gripe about the sound production on Born Again is very well known.
Okay.
And,
well,
it still sounds, even remastered, it still sounds like shit. But
yes, it's an ugly sounding album. It really is. It's an ugly sounding album. The guitars, especially, just something like, what the hell?
Yeah,
something's just off. But yeah, it just it just doesn't work.
Well, I mean, Sabbath has the budget to go in and
yeah, of course they could make this
get
sound
some good
killer.
production quality out of their albums.
They were all so fucked
no
up
excuse.
out of their minds on coke yet at that time.
I would expect that and accept it out of a debut album. A lot of bands, their very first album was kind of like that, thin, poor production, but you get it. They don't have a budget yet. They're just on a shoestring. Whatever, you can forgive that out of a first album, but they're well into their careers at this point. This is what their, I don't know, 8th, 9th studio album, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I Chop Top, did you want to do round 2 and then I'll finish up, or do you want me to go and then you finish?
Oh, so my verdict in the end for round 1.
It's a perfect draw for Dread. They both suck. So
I go with In for the Kill is my official verdict.
Okay. All right. In for the Kill for you.
Only because Trash comes out of their corner and it just trips over its own feet. And so In for the Kill
Trash
wins
has
by
a
default.
riff. It's kind of like Neon Nights. That kind of chugging.
Yeah.
It's got that drive.
Cool.
Yeah. It's the riff is not as memorable as Neon Nights, though. It doesn't have that kind of, nor is it clean like Neon Nights is sounding. Okay, Chop. Round 1 for you.
All right, round 1 for me. I personally really love Trash. Let me point out on this album, also on Born Again, that on Born Again, Ian Gillan sings his fucking ass off. I mean, there's some screams and wails he does on this. They're just you harken back to earlier Deep Purple stuff. And that's another one of the criticisms this album had when it came out, because people were calling it Deep Sabbath or Black Purple, because it has that element of Deep Purple-esque kind of riffing or music or that rhythm and that style. And of course, you got the singer. Ian.
Both albums have a Deep Purple singer.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Hughes on Seventh Star.
Yes.
So was that like after like when Glenn Hughes got in there after Ian Gillan? Did Ian Gillan like send him another? Like I hit that first.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so I really enjoy Trash. Again, on and on forever about the production of Born Again. It just is not great. And having the remastered version myself, and it still sounds like what you can even remaster it properly either. So yeah. But then In for the Kill, definitely production value is up on that album more. And again, Glenn, one of my favorite singers, and he wails on that. But I do like that galloping rhythm. I do prefer. I think that I just prefer the production. I prefer the way that song is constructed better than Trashed. And I'm going to go for In for the Kill as well for my vote. Round 1.
Oh, okay.
I will log that in. Okay.
All right.
Tags.
I think both songs have merit in that Trashed is really ugly sounding, but Ian Gillan's voice is so great in this album. I think it's just such a phenomenal performance overall. But In for the Kill it's a really good bouncy rocker. I mean, it's a good song, legitimately good, and the production is better. It is definitely less ugly, but my music sensibilities lean more toward Trash. My vote is for Trash. I know I've lost this round already because of you two cunts, but I think Trash is I prefer Trashed because there's just something big about it that and it just goes back to the first time I heard it. I thought, wow, the guitars really sound horrible, but Ian Gillan, I was like, that's an interesting sound for Sabbath. And I'm already trying to place him at singing songs like Iron Man and Children of the Grave. And I'm like, it just doesn't work. They're just, I can't, I'd like to have heard Ian Gillan and Glenn Hughes both sing those songs. Like if they're live tapes, maybe there's somewhere on YouTube I'll find something where Born Again live and just listen to Ian Gillan try to nail these songs. I can't hear him singing Sweet Leaf, so, but I can hear him doing like Neon Nights and some of those ones that Dio did when he came in. So, but anyway, so my vote, round one for me, goes to Trashed.
And that's something that kind of hit me listening to these. Like I said, having not followed the sort of the whole career path of Sabbath, and sort of their evolution as they go along. All bands evolve and do different things at times, and their sound changes up in styles. I went into this expecting Sabbath, and oftentimes did not get what I consider Black Sabbath music out of these two albums. Like it didn't. I'm like, whoa, this doesn't sound like Black Sabbath. Like I'm expecting Doom. I'm expecting early Sabbath, I guess, or it's like heavier, more evil sounding riffs and stuff. And oftentimes we'll get into it more, very bluesy, a lot of bluesy stuff on here. So yeah, that's like, okay, this sounds more like Deep Purple or
right,
some other bands that not Sabbath that I was expecting to hear. So I often was caught off guard by the style of these
I could
songs.
tell you though, I think we've talked about it before, Montag, though, with Iommi and Gillan, though, they work very well together. It's just a good sound. His guitar work, and along with Ian's screaming voice, I mean, it's just really good. It just took a lot of people by storm. I remember that this album dropped, and so did Seven Star, and they dropped. They didn't do shit. But since that time, especially Born Again has created quite a cult following, that people actually searching this out more and more and appreciating for what it is. And like I said, if only for Ian Gillan's vocal performance alone is just worth the price to have it.
So as a whole, in the Sabbath fan community, are these albums kind of like the stepchildren of the era of Sabbath, or are these?
I'd say so. Maybe even so much more Seven Stars. Definitely more appreciation for Born Again over time in the decades. But Seven Star, I don't think people kind of like maybe a different change in style. I don't know if they were ready for, Glenn Hughes. I think people probably would appreciate it more. It was just Tony Iommi, Seven Star, instead of the Black Sabbath.
Yeah, that would be a whole different thing.
Sure, a side project,
right?
Yeah, totally different. Then it changes the whole format of what you're looking at. What you're preparing to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, even though they're great albums, imagine if Maiden had put out
Virtual 11. No, I'm kidding. Is this the Virtual 11 of?
No, I was just thinking, like, Bruce, like when he did Chemical Wedding, or imagine that as a Maiden album. It just doesn't fit, but it's perfectly good as a Bruce Dickinson album.
More so like a Tattooed Millionaire, or say Balls to Picasso. Maybe would have put out Balls to Picasso. Like what the hell? Yeah, I like
totally
get that.
Again,
I do too. But it's a Bruce song.
It'll be a confusing Maiden album for sure.
For sure.
Right.
I think that was a Warner Brothers, since he was under contract yet, under the Sabbath name, and I think they insisted on that.
I see. That makes sense.
We still put featuring your name under it. We still need the Sabbath moniker. They thought that's what's going to sell.
And you're just going to be on the cover.
Both tours were disastrous. I think Born Again canceled out. Like they only made like a third of their shows, and because of low ticket sales and interest. I think Seven Star had so much. Glenn Hughes was so badly addicted to cocaine and stuff at that time. He was sloppy on stage. It was a mess. There was a lot of fighting and things like that. So yeah, both did not fare well at all. But like I said, I think over the decades, Born Again has definitely become more of a fan favorite and more respected than its initial release.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
All good to know. See,
I'm glad we got you for this information. So
the Sixth Savant still
I go on
knows.
and on sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine.
It's good.
That's what I want to hear, because you got the Sabbath knowledge here.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
I certainly do not. So
I'm a fan.
Okay, so here we go with round two.
Round two.
We've got a Stonehenge versus No Stranger to Love. So, Chop Top, would you like to take this one first, or should we stay in the same order?
No,
that's nice to mix
really
it up.
Doesn't matter. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Stonehenge is another one of those. I call this almost like there's other just musical intro things that fit well going into the next song on Born Again. This is not one of them. It's kind of like throwaway for me. It's like 45 seconds, really just noise. There's nothing, it doesn't really serve the purpose of going into the next song for me. So I'm going to go with, and I know it's going to be, excuse me, probably laughed at or ridiculed or argued about, is No Stranger to Love. I know the video of that is absolutely hilariously.
Oh, there's a video?
horrible.
Oh, because I imagined a video when I listened to it.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's got like Glenn Hughes with his mullet hairdo walking these streets alone, and there's a fucking black cat in it, and
Here's my
a fucking story or anything. It's
here's what I wrote. Ballad, cue Wet Streets at Night. That's what I conjured. I'm like, I've seen too many videos. This is a Wet Street at Night video. Some guys walking, hands in his pockets, looking down. So it's a nighttime street shot. The streets are all wet.
Living on the street.
I know. It's like, oh my god, this is like such shit.
I if people could have viewed this as if, like I said, it would have been under a Tony Iommi name, I think it would have went over a lot better.
Yeah.
I think it's a finely constructed ballad. It's not for Sabbath. I think for and I do like Glenn's vocal work on it and his delivery. And
Okay.
so
round two for you goes to No Stranger to Love. Okay.
Okay.
Dreadbull, would you like to go second this time?
Sure. So yeah. So other than Stonehenge, yeah. If you're hosting a Halloween party or like you're taking part in a LARPing session of Vampire the Masquerade, this is just 2 minutes of your life wasted. Like some spooky sound effects. It's nothing. There's just nothing going on here. And I don't know why do they make the intro a separate track from the song that it's leading into. I don't know.
Makes it look like there's more on the album.
Maybe, yeah, or it's just like for radio play.
They probably didn't have enough. Well, they probably didn't have enough tracks written for this album to fully sort of. Well, we got to throw something in there to just call it a track. We have to fill that space.
Right.
So I think that's what
it made me wonder. Yeah.
How do you not go into the studio with enough tracks written? Like seriously, how do you not have a full album ready to go?
Well, when you're really fucked up on coke and booze and everything that was going on at that time, I mean, they were a mess. They were an absolute shambles. And and that includes going into 7-star time. So, and Iommi had quite a revolving door of musicians after the original lineup. People in and out, and different. Like Eric Singer plays drums. On 7-star, does a fantastic job.
I was wondering who's playing because I know he played for them. I just didn't know what albums.
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, okay. Well,
but yeah, I think that's I think they probably went in. They're pressured. Hey guys, we need more tracks here to make it a full length. And I think they didn't have the material, and so they probably came up with these. Well, we'll do.
Well, it's 5 minutes longer than the other one, the solo album. They could have taken that out. It was only like a minute 18 or something, minute 48, and they easily could have taken it out without losing anything.
Yeah, I don't get it. And it's just there's nothing. It's just a waste of time. It's just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, like the sore thumb stuff we had talked about.
Right.
Before with some of those things on that are just self-indulgent.
Maybe it's good if you're. Let me just.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are you going on to yours?
No, go ahead, man. No, I was.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't give my verdict yet.
Oh, right. Go ahead.
But No Stranger to Love, right? So yeah, other than like short of this being like 2 more minutes of just grunting noises, it's gonna beat Stonehenge by default. So yeah, this is where Sabbath kind of tries their best to like write a Whitesnake ballad. I think this really felt like Whitesnake to me in a lot of ways. It really felt like we need to make an 80s power ballad, man, because everybody's doing it. We gotta put our power ballad
right.
in there.
1986, man. This is the time and the area.
Exactly.
Right.
You're dead center of the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what it felt like. It felt like an attempt to write, like we have to write a power ballad. And when you have to write a power ballad, it's not going to come out well. So yeah, it's not a great song, but it still beats, a couple minutes of wind noise and spooky sounds.
Yeah, I've already talked about No Stranger to Love. It's a ballad. It's the Wet Streets at Night. I'm glad. So I gotta see the video now. I
That's
have to
great.
watch the video
You
because
gotta-
that's
you'll laugh your
exactly.
ass off.
That's
I'm-
great.
It's just like watching that Paul Stanley Folgers
Right.
commercial. You know,
Yeah, gotta see
the
it now.
best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Magic. You know. And Stonehenge, I just had it was a moody. It sounded like it was a haunted house, like music you want to play at a haunted house. And it was
Same
only
thing.
because I could not stand Stranger to Love because I don't like those ballads. That Stonehenge wins for me.
No.
Yeah, I'm taking Stonehenge, man. Come
Really?
on, man. Yeah.
Halloween music.
Stonehenge.
Halloween.
I look,
sound
I would
effects?
much rather listen to Halloween music than Stranger to Love. Do you not know me?
If I
All
want to
right.
hear Stonehenge, I want to hear Tap do it, man.
Right.
Stonehenge.
Yes.
where the
Now
demons
that's what was
dwell.
hysterical about it. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, no one's gonna do this better than fucking Spinal Tap.
Right
And they were
on,
like
man.
2 years after Tap. Like, come on, man. Tap came out in '84. This. Come on, dudes. What are you thinking? You know? Yeah.
Speaking of Tap, I hate to get segued here, but I actually bought it for $4.99 for my Prime now. Now I got forever, and I
Yeah.
watched like 2 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Just laughing
Watch
and
what? The
laughing.
Spinal Tap?
Spinal Tap. Oh yeah, this is Spinal Tap. Oh, just laughing again. Brings back so many good. Such a funny movie. But
That's
yeah,
good. That's good when you're sick. That'll help you
Yeah.
recover faster.
had to have some comedy. So it's $4.99. I'm like, I got it
That's
forever
awesome.
in my Prime. So
Nice.
I'm good with that. Love it.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that. We're talking about Sabbath.
Quite all right.
No, not Spinal Tap, but in the future, maybe we'll have a show about Tap. That would be fun.
That'd be awesome. I'd love I actually sent out interview requests to Michael
Oh, wouldn't that
McKean
be
and
something?
Christopher Guest and
Oh my God.
Harry Shearer. I haven't heard back. I never will.
Nah.
But no, it would be awesome to have,
Oh,
interview any of them. That would be fantastic. But I want them to be in Spinal Tap mode. You know, that's
Mhm.
what's so.
Oh
fucking
yeah,
awesome.
just be full character. and
Yes,
full
yes.
Character. We'll
Yeah.
interview them. as
Yeah,
Spinal
because they
Tap.
do. If you ever watched
as
the Spinal
Nigel
Tap
Tufnell.
special edition,
Mhm.
one where it shows them doing, and they were on a Al Franklin show. I don't know if you remember that. It was on Sunday afternoons. It was
Yeah.
from Chicago. He was a guy steeped in like Broadway and like
Yeah.
old school Hollywood. And they were on the show and they were being interviewed as Spinal Tap, and he had no idea
Nice.
that they were not real. Or that they were a fake band, made up. And so he was asking them questions about their history, and they were all, again, just in complete character. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the best interview ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I will begin. So who did that round go to?
Once
Dreadbull?
again, this goes from to 7 stars, so that goes to No
Wow,
Stranger to Love.
Wow,
So
they're coming out.
you've
Swinging
been wrong
7
twice
stars.
already. You're 0 for 2. You're 0 for 2. So good.
That's-
Good luck.
Yeah, well, this is what we get for having 3. 3 of us. There has to be a winner. I'll
And a
take,
loser.
Yes, right. I'll
And
take
so far,
round-
you are the loser.
You're wrong, but it's okay.
Please continue. Your opinion is wrong. It can't
Yeah.
happen.
That's right. We're gonna outvote you at every turn, bastard. Okay, I'll start with round 3. And it's gonna be really cool when that sound effect's in there. When you hear me going, ding,
I'd
ding.
imagine.
That's
'cause
gonna
it's
be
pretty
awesome.
stupid right now.
Man, I thought you were having a seizure. Or
Looks
something.
pretty lame.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
did
I'm
you
having a
just,
seizure.
did you just freeze up? What's
Yeah.
going on over there?
I plan on having a seizure in my pants later.
Casting magic at us? What are you
Yeah,
doing there?
exactly. All right, so we have round 3 is Disturbing the Priest versus Turn to Stone. Disturbing the Priest. I mean, I just love the name of the song. The title of the song is just fantastic. I think it's got a really scary opening riff. It's kind of
Mhm.
discordant. It's all kind of crazy sounds. I mean, Ian Gillan and the chorus is really powerful. It's just really, really good.
Yeah.
Turn to Stone, I think, is the heaviest song on 7th Star. It's very Judas Priest sounding. And I think this song would have sounded great on Born Again. I could hear Ian Gillan singing that song just as well
Yeah.
as Glenn Hughes. And I think it was the strongest, really, really big song on that album. So as much as I like Disturbing the Priest, I do like that, especially that opening riff. It is just and that cackling laugh that comes in. I had to give it to Turn to Stone because I was feeling a little pity for the album. Like, okay, I'm going to give him something. I got to throw him a bone. So Turn to Stone gets my vote for round 3.
All right. Wrong again. Holy shit.
All
You're-
right, all
You're in
right.
a bad way.
Okay, Dreadbull. What's your round 3?
Okay, so yeah, the Disturbing the Priest. This is an awesome song. This is like a Sabbath song to me. This is what I was expecting when I tuned in. Like a lot of really cool sections, a lot of cool transitions throughout this whole song. It kept me going, kept me interested the whole way through. And Gillen, yeah, he sings his ass off on this song. It is a fantastic, really fantastic performance on this song. And again, Turn to Stone, I completely agree. Right off the bat, Judas Priest vibes, like early Priest, Sin After
Yeah,
Sin
right.
era.
Yep.
Judas Priest was very evident in this one. And a really good, solid, like rock and roll track, that song. But yeah, for me, this goes to Disturbing the Priest. That's a Sabbath song to me. It was really, dark and what I came to expect out of Black Sabbath. So for me,
That's
this
a
one
good
goes.
song.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, this one goes to Disturbing the Priest for me. My first winner. My first winner off Born Again.
There you go. All right, Chop Top. You are the deciding vote.
Oh man, and
I
he
don't
is
know
in
if
agony.
I don't know if I can make a deciding one on this one. I was looking forward to this.
We can call a draw. That's always an
Well,
option.
It always happens, man. We did our first.
Well, I want to say that I agree everything you guys said about Disturbing the Priest, and that is really where you get the first taste of Gillen like singing his fucking ass off. And that is a creepy song. You know, like Montag, you discussed that opening riff and stuff. It's creepy, and it's just so fucking powerful. And it's got that thudding along kind of bass line, and he's almost kind of like just speaking it rhythmically. You know, the vocal part. You can go, and then it hits up the chorus, and it just flash you right in the face. But then, Turn to Stone. Oh my God. That riff is just classic. And you're right, it does sound like a classic a Priest kind of riff almost. But man, it just chugs along. It's a burner, and the drum work by Eric Singer on it, I think is
it's phenomenal. The singer's a great drummer.
So with that being said, I have to choose a draw. I can't. I love both songs to death. So I was dreading that round.
All right, round 3 is a draw. Look at that.
A draw.
Look at
because Chop Top was.
Sorry, guys. I was dreading that one. That was because they're both. I love them so much.
You had a chance for Montag to be wrong again, and you blew it. You blew it.
You're gonna regret that all your days.
You giant pussy.
You'll rue the day.
That's right. I'll never forgive myself for letting Montag think he could be right about
Montag
something.
always gets it in there.
Come on.
But yeah, guys, I just couldn't make it.
Okay.
All right.
Have a draw.
Well, since you ruined that one for me, why don't you start round 4? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Here we go. Round 4 is the Dark and Sphinx. What's interesting about this is that both tracks, track 4, are both musical interludes, musical pieces only. So here's round. Thank you for the quotes. Round 4.
I'm going to go with for me. Sphinx does nothing to carry into the next song for me, but the Dark, is that what it's, that track's called The Dark. To me, that goes seamlessly and is a great intro to what comes next, the next track and next. So my vote goes for Born Again, The Dark.
Okay. All right, Dreadbull.
Noted. Yeah, so right, The Dark. I'll give this track some credit. This one only wasted 46 seconds of my life, so I'm grateful for that. That's something to
At the end of your life, you're like, oh, I could have done so much with those 46 seconds.
Sphinx.
Nice choice, Chop Top, on these fucking albums. I'll remember that.
I'll curse him from my tomb.
Sphinx. Wind noise. More wind noise. Somebody fell asleep on an organ. That's art. Apparently that passes for art. So I'm gonna give this to The Dark just because it was shorter, didn't waste as much time.
All right,
The Dark.
So Chop Top, what did you go for The Dark as well?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess The Dark wins on this one, regardless of what I say. I thought The Dark was kind of creepy and echoey, but it left me going, is this necessary? Really? I mean, this 46 seconds, like, really? Why are you here? But then the Sphinx, the Guardian, it sounds very soundscapes. Yanni is playing for Black Sabbath. And I'm like waiting for like the pan flute, Zamfir to show up with a pan flute next. It's Yanni on the keyboard, triumphantly playing. Yeah. And so I thought both of these tracks were equally just awful and should not have been the album. So I have a draw on for both tracks for me. That was a losing draw. It was a both mutual. They just gave each other uppercuts in the nads, and were both disqualified for that round for me.
They just went out. They both tripped, slammed each other's heads.
Sleep on an organ in a wind machine.
Yeah, just awful. It was just
terrible stuff.
Yeah, an unnecessary creepy track versus a Yanni soundscape track. Again, neither of these tracks should have been out. Yeah. Should not have seen the light of day, no matter what. I don't care what album this is. I don't care how fucking coked up you are. You shouldn't be releasing these to your public. Look at us playing soundscapes.
Jesus, so artsy. You don't understand art.
It's art, my God. Can you not hear the creepy darkness? Tony Iommi. Listen to the Sphinx.
It speaks to me.
Not the sphincter, the Sphinx.
Yeah. So there it be.
So the dark wins.
All right. So I guess you, Dreadbull, do round 5 is coming up. Round 5, we have Zero the Hero versus Seventh Star, the titular track of the album. So here we go. Round 5 begins. There. Go ahead, Dread.
You're so pleased with yourself.
It's gonna look awesome, man. When now for just for your sake, I'm gonna put a whole completely new sound. Honky honky. Whale sounds and shit. Yeah. Some flatulence in there. That'd be awesome. Come on, man. It's gonna be awesome.
All right. Oh boy. Okay. So
you cough up your old COVID.
Yeah, I'm like acquiring COVID just from all the coughing. Okay. Yeah. So Zero the Hero. So when the song starts off, I'm like, yeah, here's some good like dark doom again, some good Sabbath sludginess, And I'm getting into it, and then like the first verse kicks in. I'm like, I feel like I'm listening to Shout at the Devil all of a sudden, like a B-side off Shout at the Devil. It's like it totally, the whole vibe of the song shifts when the verse comes in from this dark intro, and it was kind of incongruent. Like I don't know. So got that great riff in the beginning, and they didn't follow where it was leading them. So it kind of lost me. That kind of lost me at that point. So Seventh Star. That was just boring. It's a boring song. This was a snooze fest for me. I mean, it's got a cool vibe to it, but then they just didn't do anything with it. It's like the same sort of plodding tempo for like 5 minutes. There's just no creativity to that song. So I'm gonna go with, even though it's a Motley Crue cover, I'm gonna go with Zero the Hero. And that gets my vote for round 5, Zero the Hero.
All right. Do I go first or second now? I don't know. I'm going to go second. I'll let Chop. I think
go
Chop
right ahead.
finish. I think I went. It doesn't matter.
I can feel Chop Top's anger rising with me.
Yeah, he's going to be vomiting all over you.
No.
He hates me already.
It's okay to be wrong.
If we've learned anything from this show, it's that.
And from each other, we're all fucking
we're all
wrong.
wrong. At any given moment, any of us idiots are going to be wrong.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Right.
It wouldn't be the same if we thought we were right. We know better.
Yeah.
Zero the Hero. I'm not crazy about the lyrics, but the lyrics match the music. That kind of great rolling sludgy riff I really like.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of got that sludginess. Like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. It's just I was trying to like at that play on word Zero the Hero. It's like, okay, it gets dark, it's nihilistic, it's a Sabbathy kind of
Mhm.
thing. Seventh Star, I thought sounded a little bit like Fate's Warning in its construction and its sound, a little bit. And I would have really loved to hear Dio sing those lyrics. Like,
Yeah.
if I could put his voice on that
okay.
song, I think it would be a really great sounding song. You know,
Yeah. That's a great point.
and so I kind of like both tracks equally a little bit, but my lean is towards Seventh Star because of that Fate's Warning and imagining Dio singing it. Nothing against Glenn Hughes, but I think Dio would have just made it a stellar song. So Seventh Star for me.
Wow, wrong again. This is uncanny how bad you are at
How are we
this.
friends with you being wrong all the time?
Terrible at this.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with I'll tell you right now, I again, I must because I'm just such a big fan, just biased, and I love both albums. I know I'm in the minority, but I do love that riff, Zero the Hero. Man, I just love that. That reminds me of I could hear that like on Dehumanizer. They have kind of that same riff on like that it's about that voodoo kind of song on Dehumanizer. I forget what it's called. And Ronnie's singing that and it's kind of rolling with that rolling riff and stuff. So dig that. Love the vocal performance, of course, by Ian on that.
It reminds me a little bit of Merciful Fate, 15 Men in a Bottle Run. A little faster.
yeah.
You know, the bass riff.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
I do, and then I love you know, Seven Star. I love the riff. I like the way it plods. Great idea, bring that up though, Montag. I now that you brought that, hearing Ronnie do that, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think it'd be an awesome to hear him
Transform
cover
that
that.
song that much more. But my vote is going to go with. I'm not going to do a draw. I can't have them all drawn.
Yeah, you better not, you
but it's
son of a
gonna be-
bitch.
Make a
It's gonna
choice,
be-
damn it. Take a stand.
It's going to be Zero the Hero for me.
You're correct.
And we will
job.
let we will let you stay around for one more round.
I'm okay now. Okay.
Yeah. You've once again made Montag to be the fool here.
I've made my amends.
Excellent.
Yes. I am the
Meanwhile,
fool.
on Heavy
Finally.
Metal Horror.
Oh God, that's great. We gotta sit down and watch that. So
Oh, yeah.
okay, so that was what, round
That was
5?
5. Yep.
Right. So round 6, that's I think I start round 6. I was doing everything.
Fire away.
Okay, so we got round 6 is coming up. We've got Digital Bitch versus Danger Zone. So here's round 6. Digital Bitch. It's a ridiculous song title. And when I hear him singing it, the chorus is pretty weak. And the lyrics are just not great. Don't you know she's a digital bitch? You know, I'm like, oh, come on, she's a rich digital bitch. I'm like, oh, really?
Digital bitch.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. I'd much rather hear "Come On and Love Me." The lyrics in that song have way more depth and imagination. That's the song we got to make you listen to, Dreadbull, when we do our Kiss Slugfest. Yeah, that's off of Dress to Kill. "Come On and Love Me" has some of the best lyrics ever.
I think Dred's going to be busy for that show. I have a feeling.
Yeah. And
I got this, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I really want to do the show, but
what I liked about
no,
Digital Bitch-
I can't wait for it. I mean, it's gonna be just
Yeah,
a
you can
roast.
just-
I can't wait.
every track's equally bad. It's all draws.
Yeah.
They all suck.
There's
This track
nothing
sucks
for me.
too.
No creativity. They suck as musicians.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap into my inner snark and really ramp it up.
You're gonna finally bring it. We've been waiting
I'm
for you to do
starting
something.
with these 2 albums. It gets worse, believe me.
After you've been sick, having COVID changes a man. I ain't got time not to be snarky.
You know, I did all this at work, so maybe it was fatigue, heat, being at work. So it might have
General
allowed
loathsome nature of being at work.
right, it might have changed my outlook a little bit.
These fucking trots don't know music.
God damn it!
I hate
down
them.
again, son of a bitch! It's fucking. Why is it so hot in here?
What I like about Digital Bitch is it's got a Deep Purple vibe, man. It sounds a lot like Highway Star.
I
To me.
was
You
gonna
know,
say,
it's Highway Star, man. That's all it is. Danger Zone is very like a hard hair metal sound. That's the best way I could describe that music. It's very weak. It's very cliche ridden lyrics. And again, it's I hope there's a video to it because it's just sounds like every other big hair metal song that was out in 1986. It's just not. It doesn't stand out for anything. So only because of the Deep Purple nature of Digital Bitch, because the chorus is weak and lyrics aren't great. But I'm going to give the song this round for me goes to Digital Bitch because of its Deep Purple sound.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, so number 2 would be Chop, I believe.
okay. I'm going to agree with everything that Montag said as far as the song goes
Don't
for
be a
Digital
fool.
Bitch. And yeah, that chorus, it's hilarious, too. But here's another example though of Gillen just fucking shines vocally on it, screams his head off on that one too. So in Danger Zone, yeah, I love Danger Zone. I mean, I know it's cliche, it's the sound of the
And we're not
times.
talking about the song Highway to the Danger Zone from Top
Hey,
Gun.
don't steal my
No,
shtick.
let's not confuse those are definitely Kenny Loggins.
Kenny
is not gonna get
Loggins,
mistaken for
because
Glenn Hughes.
he
Yeah.
could have sang.
You're stealing my joke.
Oh, yeah.
Stealing your thunder.
Yeah, you are.
Well, then go ahead. I'll stop and let you pick up where I left.
Go ahead, Chop.
Well, I was going to say that I like that song personally. I like the chorus and I know it's cliche, and it's very 80s hairy kind of hair metal ridden sound to it. But I'm going to go with Digital Bitch. I think I agree with Monta. I like the nod to the Deep Purple sound, the drive on it, and I do think Gillen shines vocally again on this song. So that's for me. It goes to Digital Bitch.
Okay. Digital Bitch. So, Diamond Head, Ted Nugent, and the Sex Pistols have an orgy. A child is conceived. Digital Bitch is that child. It's like it sounds like all those bands put together. It's so weird. It's got like I don't know. It's got some Ted Nugent. It's got this weird punkish sort of vibe to it. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not Black Sabbath. This is like some bastard homunculus born of a night of like debauchery and sex, drugs,
homunculus.
and
Wow,
anal lube. So that's
wow. Homunculus and anal lube in the same sentence. That you don't often get. That's why we love this show, man.
It just got hotter as the day went on.
Someone's got a homunculus because they had no anal lube.
So that's Digital Bitch, Danger Zone,
Yeah.
right?
All this overtime's killing you, man.
Yeah, imagine my disappointment when I discovered this is not on the new Top Gun soundtrack. Right?
Yeah.
This is it's a perfect progression. You're on the highway to the danger zone. Now you're there. You're in the danger zone. Yeah, wasted opportunity. So, but anyway, this song is
danger
like
of becoming irrelevant. I think that's
right. I mean, this song to me is like the equivalent of wearing sweatpants to a restaurant. Like you're just kind of aren't you just signaling like you've given up? You just don't care anymore. Like I'm going for comfort. I'm not going to try anymore. I quit.
Yeah,
you just don't care who sees it. You don't care who knows. You're probably wearing Crocs too while you're there. Crocs and sweatpants.
You've just
I've done that. Okay.
Yeah, and all really to solidify my point, you can't use the word "ain't" in a doom metal song. They used "ain't" a lot. There's no place for doom metal for the word "ain't," and
unless you're gonna write a song about Satan taint.
Okay, right,
then I will.
Taint
I
you
will
can use, but not "ain't."
Then I will accept it.
So anyway.
Satan.
That said, I don't know. I'm going to give this to Danger Zone just because you can never let the bastard homunculus win. So we're going Danger Zone. So
all right. Wow.
I was in the minority there.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the vocabulary that Dreadbull just,
I was kind of inspired.
That's
I
very
guess so.
inspiring. That was
What,
very
wait,
homunculus.
80,
Yes.
80 shows in or 70 shows in, and he's finally inspired. Jesus. It's only been a
Well,
year and a half, Dreadbull, before you do something to contribute. God,
yeah.
it's about time. Dear Diary, Dreadbull finally contributed today. All right. Well, hey, that was round 6. Yeah, that was round 6. So we go to round 7.
Mhm.
Round 7 is Born Again. See, I like both albums have titular songs. And then Born Again and Heart Like a Wheel.
Heart
So
like a wheel.
yes, I guess it just turns around a lot. Or it's a really good tool next to fire.
Spinning.
So okay, well, Chop Top, you go first here for
Okay.
your round here.
Okay, let's start with Born Again. I really love. It's just drenched in emotion for me. That song. Another stellar standout vocal performance by Ian. Especially, I like the way it builds up to the chorus, and then the distortion really kicks in and stuff. And it's just really, it's definitely a different kind of a ballad. I think they did a little more exploration on this than maybe on some other tracks in Sabbath catalog. But I really like it. It's different. It's moody, atmospheric, and yeah, I love Gillan's performance. Now in Heart Like a Wheel, here's I think one of Glenn's top vocal performances. Yeah, it's not even it's more of a typical blues song, a blues number, but I think Glenn really shines on that as well. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to go to a song more not than another, I'm going to Born Again. So that gets my vote.
All right, Dreadbull.
So Born Again. Let me go ahead and log that in. Okay. Yeah. Born Again. Awesome song. I really love this song. Uh, there were kind of moments where I thought I was afraid it was going to turn into like a kind of a cheesy ballad, but it never happened. It stayed dark and brooding and kind of moody, and yeah, Gillan's vocals again, fantastic on this song. And honestly, it kind of there were moments where I'm like, who does this remind me of? His performance, and it reminded me of Joe Cocker of all people. Like there was something
That kind
about
of wailing quality to it.
yeah, and just like
Okay.
you could feel him putting everything, like his whole body into the performance at times. I'm like, and I'm picturing Joe Cocker singing this in my mind while I'm listening to it. Like I don't know why. I'm not like a huge Joe Cocker. Yeah, like twitching all around it. But
I
I
get
don't know.
born again with
But that's
my
meant to be a
friends.
compliment. So
Right. There we go.
but it is a compliment because this is it's really got a lot of emotional weight and emotional impact to it. So fantastic song. Heart Like a Wheel. Yeah, a good blues song. Is it a good Sabbath song? I don't know. It's not the kind of Sabbath that I like, but it's a good quality blues song. Great vocals as well. But man, hard to beat Born Again. If it would have went up against most other tracks, maybe, but yeah, Born Again really grabbed me. That was one of the few songs that really like moved me on that whole album. So I think for me, that's an easy win for Born Again.
Okay.
All right. I like what you guys have said about both tracks to a degree here. Born Again, I think, feels sad and lonely and isolated. That's what the emotional feel that I like about it. There's this bluesy verse, a great chorus. Gillan's amazing on it. A Heart Like a Wheel has that big blues sound, and this is where Hughes and Iommi really get to show off. What I mean, they both Hughes shows his vocal range here too. He's no slouch. But what sells me on Heart Like a Wheel is the extended solo. We get Tony Iommi finally is just unleashing all this amazing solo. It's just an extended, like virtuoso exhibit on why he's still a good guitarist, even though it's not a metal song. I mean, we gotta say, we said from the beginning, neither of these albums sound like Black Sabbath. They just really don't. They have moments where it could be Black Sabbath, but neither album should have had the Black Sabbath logo on it or name on it. They're just not Black Sabbath albums. So for this song, my vote goes to Heart Like a Wheel because of that, where Iommi is just showing off, and it's just a great song. Although I like both tracks, but I'm going to give it to Heart Like a Wheel because of the great solo.
And I agree with you, Montag. That's a great point. I forgot all about that. Extended solo is fantastic, Iommi. So yeah,
It was.
that is
It's good
good
stuff.
point.
Yeah. So, all
Yeah,
right.
that's weird. I mean, with the overall, like overall, there's a lot of uninspiring stuff in these albums, but then you have these moments where like, holy shit, they really like, why didn't they put this kind of effort into the rest of this album? It feels like some of this stuff is just low effort. I don't know. To me, I know you're a fan of these things, Chop. So I'm probably stepping all over your toes.
You might and hear them a few more times, and you might be picking out different things.
And that could be. That could very well be.
I remember a friend of mine in high school. Hey man, you hear this new Sabbath out? It was what was it new? It was like 3 years after, it was 86, and he, Born Again, he brought on cassette, and I was like, oh, I loved it from that point, but still it wasn't what I remembered previously with Ronnie and the other classic stuff. So it was definitely a different change, a different path. But still being a Purple fan as well, I could appreciate it more. And Ian's vocals really caught me at that moment. So I agree with you. Yeah, they should neither should have had the moniker under them, Black Sabbath. But and I think that's where the mistake is. I think if they were marketed differently, and maybe a project just between Iommi and Gillan and not under the Black Sabbath, that could have translated better sales, maybe a successful small tour. And then also with 7-Star, I look at if they just kept it Tony Iommi, 7-Star, and he's got this band together for that. Maybe the results would have been different. But I agree.
You set expectations when you have a band name on it. There's an expectation that comes with a well-established and a legendary band like Sabbath. I mean, it's like Maiden. After Bruce left, there's still an expectation. When it says Iron Maiden, when it says Black Sabbath, that you're going to get something of a certain quality or a certain style.
Even with Judas Priest, when they made that misstep with Nostradamus, which was atrocious.
It was.
And then everybody was just like, oh, but then they come back and redeem their souls, and they come back even bigger with firepower. So yeah, they redeem themselves, no pun intended with stuff. But
every band has a misstep occasionally. You can't be a creative entity, and not everything you're going to do is going to be stellar. I think as humans, some bands have the luxury of just taking more time off between creative projects. But then when the record label starts yelling at you and you got to put out something,
exactly,
it's not going to be 100% inspired. It's just sometimes you're just going to put an album out and it's going to be passable. An album with maybe 3 tracks that you'll play live, ever.
I mean, Van Halen's albums, they weren't all great.
True.
I finally went through the Sammy Hagar stuff, and it's a completely different. I mean, I'd heard just the songs, the big hits, but okay, it's just completely different. It's not Van Halen to me. It's its own entity, and it can be entertaining, and there's some good moments. It's just such a clear demarcation of band sound. The whole sound of the band changed. So I know I totally get that. Oh
yeah, as fans, we kind of we get the end product, so that's what we have to go by. But yeah, like you mentioned, when you consider label pressure to write certain kinds of songs, or get an album out on a certain date, we have no idea what kind of internal pressures are put up against these guys, to put something out quickly, put something out of a certain quality. Hey, here's the hot thing going right now. Write a Whitesnake ballad. You got to get a ballad in there. Write a ballad.
Well,
if you're not in the damn mood to write a ballad, what's going to happen? What are you going to do?
Fall asleep on the wind machine and the keyboard.
make a track out of
14 tracks of Stonehenge.
I'll never fucking have back.
14 tracks called Stonehenge. That's the album.
So.
Right. Well, if we had to go with our meeting with Bruce, when he talked about why he left Maiden, he said some people in the band wanted to do more of a classic rock sound. So we can kind of say, well, this is why we have songs like Weekend Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah. Then within the band itself, people want to go different directions.
Right. Conflicts within the band and style changes.
A lot of variables.
And that's why it's nice to have solo projects. You get that shit out of your system.
Exactly.
Go do your British Lion. That's great. Go do that stuff, but don't bring it to Maiden.
Right.
No,
absolutely.
Bruce is right now finishing up his next solo album again with Roy Z again. So be on the lookout.
Are they back in the studio? Last I'd heard, he was
they got already recorded. My understanding.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, last I'd heard, he was like, yeah, they want to get back in, like it's all written, but they just have to find time to get everybody in. But you're saying they've
I
recorded it.
want to say it might already be
Okay.
recorded. Almost finished.
Maybe
Hmm.
what I heard was a little bit older. Oh man, dude,
But
I love his
yeah,
solo
those
stuff.
last three, I think we
Yeah.
can all agree by Bruce were just fantastic.
Yes,
Well, they're already booking like
Tyranny
into
of Souls was.
fall.
It got better and
fall,
better, I think.
Yeah, all albums I think are really good. I like something off of all of them. I mean, I think
Mhm.
Skunkworks is my favorite, just as a whole experience.
That's a
is a
different. That's
great
kind of almost its own little thing. Skunk
Yeah,
Works.
because the concept
different
that's
than
where he
anything
begins
else.
the concept.
Mhm.
Alternative. It was
but
like
then-
the alternative metal album for Bruce.
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, and then but Accident at Birth just rips it. Sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Adrian back in the fold. You
We
hear
gotta
it
do a
immediately.
Bruce show. We gotta do a fucking
Sure.
Bruce show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
Chemical
All right, well,
Wedding, Tyranny of Souls, great.
We'll
stuff.
put it on the we'll put it
Okay.
on the list. All
We'll
right.
do a Slugfest, a Bruce
Oof.
Slugfest.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh
How
man,
would you
that
do
could be
that? Would you
tough.
go
Well, how
against
about Bruce
Accident-
against a
Accident of
Maiden
Birth?
album?
Oh, that
How about
cool.
like a solo Bruce album against a Blaze Bailey Maiden album?
Come on, we already know who's gonna
Oh, that's
win.
an
Come on,
avalanche.
man.
That's a clear
Okay.
winner.
That's
yeah,
too
that's
easy.
just like beating up on children or something. That's not
Yeah,
nice.
that's how
That
you
would
got
just
your
be a-
renowned. You're terror
Wailing on
of
the elderly.
third graders. Yeah, you were
What
like,
about like Accident of Birth versus Chemical Wedding or something
Yeah,
like
maybe,
that?
or maybe
Yeah.
I think
An idea?
Accident of Birth would match up well with Tyranny of Souls.
I agree.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I-
there's a
those-
lot we
those-
can do here. We'll definitely do that. Don't worry, kids. We're gonna keep on coming to you with our great entertainment. That's why you're here, paying us all the big bucks. And speaking of, we should set up who's out there willing to pay us $5 for Patreon? No more editing. You hear everything.
Oh,
That's we're willing to sell our souls for $5.
Not only that, you will give bonus
my
content
goodness.
that you can't see regularly.
That's right,
On
because
an
I cut
episode.
all this shit out. You know,
we barely got 100 subscribers and you're wanting Patreon money. Shut the hell up. What's wrong with you?
we got 114. So
Our subscriber numbers just went
116.
down. Thanks.
yeah, and what are you doing to help with our subscriber numbers? Dreadbull?
Nothing.
I recruited
What
some
more do you
last
want?
weekend, guys, in Toledo. I just taught some metalheads. They said, "What do you got going?" I go, "Yeah, the show." Oh, we're talking about constant. I go, "Yeah, we'll definitely check out. We'll subscribe."
Well, we got
One
new
dude at the
followers. Yeah.
exchange.
I don't talk to
One dude
people,
at
so
the
I don't do that
exchange. He
stuff.
said, "What is that channel?" He goes, "You got another subscriber." I'm like, "Cool." So I
Excellent.
recruited
Yeah.
you.
We got one last week. We have almost 1,000 followers on Instagram. A lot of podcasts, a lot of horror stuff. So yeah. Anyway. All right. So we're at track 8. Now what was the tally on that one, Dreadbull?
That was
Round
the
seven.
track 7.
Went to
went
Born
to-
Again or Heart
went-
Like a Wheel?
No, Heart Like a Wheel. You and no, wait a minute. Me,
No,
yeah, me and you.
no, I voted.
Chop liked
Yeah.
Chop liked Born Again.
Yep.
You
Okay.
you
We both
you and
liked Born
I
Again.
liked Heart Like a
Montag
Wheel.
went to Heart Like
Or
a
no,
Wheel.
I'm sorry. Am I looking at this right?
Why don't
Yeah.
you come on? Can't you keep track of the freaking rounds?
I think I messed it up. Yeah.
Okay. In
Oh.
round 7, I voted for Heart Like a Wheel.
Yes. Chop voted for Born Again,
Yes.
right?
What did you vote for?
I voted for Heart Like a Wheel, so that goes to Heart
Okay.
Like a Wheel.
So up
Oh,
through
wow.
7 rounds, what's the tally so far? How many rounds for Born Again? How many rounds for Seventh Star?
we are tied. 3 each.
Really?
With one
Plus
draw.
we had the draw. Ooh.
with one
draw.
draw.
Well, we got 2 rounds to
You're
Two
welcome.
go.
rounds to go.
So round 8, we have Hotline and Angry Heart.
Mhm.
2 more songs that sound like they shouldn't be on Black Sabbath. albums.
Shouldn't be Black Sabbath songs.
Right. So
is,
here comes round 8. And we are going to start with who went that one?
I think maybe you started that one. Did you
I-
do that last
No,
time?
I think that was
don't know.
Chop. Dread.
Okay.
I started that last one. I
Okay,
think.
Dread, you
no,
start
no,
first.
Dread started it.
Oh,
Excuse me,
then
Dread
Chop,
started.
you go.
Okay. Hotline versus Angry Heart. Yeah. Hotline is the definitive Deep Purple song on Born Again. I mean, that's clearly Purple. Another Wailer, though, Ian Gillan showing off his amazing range, and just his voice is just proved why he's one of the best ever. I do like the Deep Purple-ish kind of sound in the mix with the Sabbath blends. That's just me. But then I go to Angry Heart, and I listen to that, and to me, that was a song that just kind of bled into the next song, on there, or the last song. And I thought it was kind of too short. And when I get moved, it's, I guess, just by the power and Ian Gillan's, just fucking going crazy on Hotline, especially during the choruses and stuff and near the end. And I do like the way the Deep Purple sound blends in with the Sabbath feel for that. So based on that alone, I'm going with Hotline.
All right. Do you
Hotline.
know which box to
Shut
mark
up.
here, Dreadbull? Hotline. Can you read that?
Oh, one mistake. Hotline. That is that box right there. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay, Hotline. I think
Son of a
Hotline,
bitch.
it sounds a lot like Montrose, like One Way to Rock, which is a
Ooh,
great
nice.
song, but I think the same chorus, same riff. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. It's like, oh, that's only One Way to Rock.
Okay.
So I heard that, but it's Deep Purple playing Montrose. Okay, that's we're gonna put that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Angry Heart had the big '80s hard rock sound. It almost reminded me of a little bit like Aaliyah, which I like that song, Aaliyah, but also reminded me a little bit of Lick It Up, and I'm not talking about it in a good way.
Oh boy.
That's a Kiss song for
Oh,
you,
you're
Dreadbull.
right. It does. No, I'm familiar with that song.
Yeah,
I've heard it. I've heard
it's
it
got
enough.
that. They got
I mean,
that
at least the
chugging.
first 30 seconds.
I think it's
and
that
then I turn it-
chugging because both songs have
Yeah.
that Aaliyah and Lick It Up have that kind of chugging sound, but not in a great way. It's just a standard big 80s hard rock song. And I like some of Montrose stuff, and I really like the song One Way to Rock. So that's the only reason why I'm going to go with Hotline, is because it sounds so much like One Way to Rock. There's only one song, Hotline. So
Okay.
there's my pick.
Well, we already know Hotline has won this round. For me, yeah. Danger Zone used the word ain't. This one used baby, and even an ooh baby was in there. Like
For which song? Angry Heart?
Hotline.
Oh, Hotline. Okay.
Hotline. Yeah. Yeah, there was like an ooh baby in there, I'm pretty sure. And a baby, like, come on, guys. You can't say ooh baby.
Boy,
This
he
is
really
fucking
hates
Black
both.
Sabbath.
He really hates both fucking albums, doesn't he? He has not
Yeah,
made that
they're-
apparent since the beginning.
There were moments, man, that I loved. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They
giving you
can
shit,
do
Dad.
it.
I'm giving you
They
shit.
can, but they
like
just, yeah.
you know. Yeah, Angry Heart. This is just 3 minutes of filler. And yeah, you talked about the chugging. That's what I wrote down. Here's the song. Dun 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 boom pa boom pa boom pa. That's it.
Your drumming's gotten a lot better.
Thank you. I was inspired by Black Sabbath.
Quote unquote Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah. So it's just nothing. It's just a nothing song. There's no effort into it. I feel like.
It's Bassino. It's Black Sabbath in name only.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. That said, I'll still give it to Angry Heart because it didn't say
What? Oh man.
Didn't say ooh baby.
Okay.
But it's still Hotline still wins because you guys voted for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all right. Well,
Yeah, we made the right call.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it, man. I understand.
So the titular final round.
Yes. No, 9. Oh, we're going right down to the
we could be
wire
looking
here.
at a full draw of this. A full.
We're edging slightly towards Born Again. So here's round 9, which you got to Keep It Warm and In Memory. So round 9. Okay. Keep It Warm. It's a real sludgy kind of song. I like the title. It's almost like, I don't know, we do a necrophilia here. That's how I want them. But I love the chorus. The chorus kind of gets this brighter, and it suddenly turns into the song where it's unexpected. But I like the chorus. It's a very fun chorus. In Memory is a really bad ballad to me. It's got a weak ending to an otherwise not great album. And here's the visual I get. Not Dark Streets at Night, but cue the smoky set with lots of marble columns.
You're talking a Hall & Oates video?
It's all white
I can see
and
it.
smoke.
Yeah,
I know, like white floors, a white grand piano.
Maybe some billowing silk white curtains.
Like curtains.
Billowing,
Get the
billowing
gauzy,
gauzy
curtains.
Shot,
all that gauzy faded, like light diffused through all the smoke. That's In Memory. I'm like, Jesus Christ, 1986, the worst of 1986 in a song. So because of the chorus is so good on Keep It Warm, I'm going to go with Keep It Warm.
Keep It Warm. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Dread. You're probably next. I
Go
think,
ahead.
maybe.
Okay, keep it warm. I'm like I said, I'm listening to this at work. I'm trying to catch the lyrics. And is this about a vagina? Is she keeping her vagina warm? Is that what this whole song's about? Is it a guy that's gone and he wants his woman to keep her vagina warm till he gets home? Or did I misread these lyrics entirely?
I didn't read the lyrics.
What's it about?
What are they? Just read the lyrics.
I don't know. I don't have them in front of me. I'm just.
Yeah.
This is just what I'm getting.
Maybe he
while I'm
means the
listening to
bed.
the song.
Or maybe he's meaning
Mine's in the gutter here.
she's
Come
got
on.
a meatloaf in the oven, and he's like, I'm gonna be home 5 minutes. Like, keep it warm.
Keep the meatloaf warm.
Keep it warm from a Tootsie Roll. Yeah, Tootsie.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I thought for sure he was singing about a vagina, about her vagina.
I mean, where else did the baby come from?
Her boba.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, should I Google
She's
this?
a digital bitch. Yeah, go Google some lyrics,
Okay,
man.
what? No, I'm just gonna ask.
I've owned the fucking album for Christ a long enough time, and I still don't know what the fuck Ian's singing about in it. But because they got the lyrics reprinted in the booklet, but they're wrote in such a way it's like fingernails scratched. It's really odd, and it's just you can't fucking read them. So
Well,
I have no idea what.
Thank
people
God for
want to know.
people online who wrote.
Sweet woman, are you feeling right? What was it that you did last night? You made me crazy. You made me fly. I can't forget the hungry look in your eye. Okay, wait, let me get to the keep it warm here. See if we can get some context. I mean, this is really bad, bad stuff. Holy cow.
The lyrics are pretty horrible.
They are.
I can't hear either of these guys singing a song like Sweet Leaf.
Ooh,
I'm
what's
sorry.
the matter with me? I'm just a runner. I was born free. Yeah, what is this? Keep it warm, rat. The place by your side. Oh, okay. I didn't know if warm rat was a vagina.
Oh, talk about the bed.
euphemism.
Keeping the bed warm. So when you
Keep the
return.
bed warm. Okay.
Yeah. Sort of like you might
I don't want a warm bed. I want to.
warm too. So,
Nobody's going to take
I'd
away
like a-
our
I'd-
magical ride. Keep it warm for when we talk on the phone. See,
Oh,
that's what I'm
keep
thinking.
it warm. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I like
Well,
a
you
cool,
pretty-
cold bed. I want to get into a cold bed, not a warm bed. That feels
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah,
Your man is
comfortable.
coming home. Question.
Uh,
Yeah. See, I don't know. So that's
those
what
are
I'm
awful.
like,
Those
this
are
is-
awful.
This
You want to look up the lyrics for "In Memory"?
this sounds vaguely vaginal. No, I really don't.
Okay.
Vaguely vaginal.
Vaguely vaginal. New band name, I call it. Um, that's fantastic. Vaguely
Wow.
vaginal.
Keep it warm.
So-
I might just call the episode that. Vaguely vaginal. Slugfest 2, vaguely vaginal.
So I couldn't get past that. I'm just listening to the whole song, trying to think: is there another
Episode 80,
Vagina
Dreadbull hates both these fucking albums.
So, in memory, come on. Elvis has left the building. Nobody wins this round. There's no winners.
Oh, it's a draw.
There are no winners. Yeah, this is a draw for me.
It's a round 9 disqualification.
It's like the end of
Oh my god.
it was like the end of Rocky, except when they knock each other out, they actually just knock themselves
They
out.
just don't get back up.
They
just
both swing and
lay on
miss
the
and punch themselves.
Yeah,
in
we're
the face.
done.
Yeah.
We've given us a
They're
half-assed
exhausted.
effort. It shouldn't be listened to. Why are we here?
So there you go, Shop. This is fitting, I think, since you brought us these albums.
Yeah, it's your fault. God damn it.
The winner is in your hands. What's it gonna be?
Well, just let me say, I'll preface this because I told you guys it's the only 2 Sabbath albums though that were one and done. One singer on one singer on the next, and that was it. So I thought that was an interesting thing to bring to the table. So with that out of the way, because nobody's listening anyways. The one
We
thing
have
I'm gonna
114
say-
people who love us.
I mean, I could
Plus, we have a
fucking
lot more
crickets.
people who listen, but who don't
I'm fucking
subscribe.
talking right
Why
there.
they don't
You guys
subscribe,
heard
I
fucking
don't
crickets
know.
in the
I'm
background,
talking
right?
here. Hey, I'm talking
yeah.
here.
Keep it warm, Chop Top.
We will decide.
Keep
we
it
will decide
vaguely
if we'll
vaginal.
forgive you someday, Chop Top. Yeah. But no, I'm going to go along with Montag on this. I do like Keep It Warm. I think it was more experimental, probably the most experimental thing on Born Again album. It was different, and I do enjoy the chorus as well, also. So, In Memory is forgettable. It's very short. It's needless. Another filler.
Mhm.
So yeah, my vote goes to Keep It Warm.
All right, we have a winner.
It was neck and neck.
It was.
Right down to the last couple bad songs.
And
On
the
the album.
winner is.
Of the 2 weakest Black Sabbath albums, now we haven't even gotten to the Tony Martin era. So,
I like quite a lot about that.
I
except
know you
Forbidden.
like Tony Martin. I know you like those albums. But
You
yeah,
like
these,
everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I have quite a bit of stuff. So
yeah. See, he's back to reclaiming the
little bit.
savant
You're an
collector
appreciator of
since
music.
Vic won't be with
so-
us anymore.
I get my title back.
Yeah, so the ding ding, the match goes to
Ding, ding.
Born Again. Yes, by that much. It won out. I think it was just points. A lot of these
Yeah,
tracks
so-
could have been draws. I think I
Yeah,
limited my draw to just one. Like, okay,
I know I could get at least
I
another
gotta make
one,
a
and that's-
choice.
So it's actually ended up being 5 rounds to 3 with 1 draw round.
Yeah, because
in
Hotline
there,
and Keep It
so
Warm took it in.
Clear winner from Born Again, and
Yeah,
I think a worthy champ there of the two.
yeah. It's
It's kind of a slap
Yeah,
fight.
I think with a much better remastering and proper production on boarding, it's just going to sound so much better. I think everything's going to, it doesn't forgive a lot of the filler, just like on 7-Star, but it has become, like I told you guys, people are seeking out this album more, and it's more and more hard to find now because appreciate the material more on it than as opposed to in '83 when there was the strict camps that you had. Hey, no man, Ian is that's the
you
perfect.
can't blame
Or
them.
then
You're
you have-
coming in for Mob Rules. Come on.
right. I
No.
mean,
Yeah, coming in for 2
Good job.
Dio rippers. You can't blame them for being upset. Like,
Right.
I get it, man. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I think outside of a few recognizable moments, neither album sounds like Black Sabbath. I mean, they both have good songs. I think Ian Gillan and Glenn Hughes are great singers. But do they fit the Sabbath sound? Do they belong under Black Sabbath? Now, I know Tony Iommi's album is really a solo album, so there's some leeway there, but it was still branded and put out as Black Sabbath, so we have to treat it as Black Sabbath. I think Gillan sounds amazing. The guitar sounds are ugly and on, just kind of summing up my points on Born Again. And I think the drums, another weak part. See, I'm going to bring it the drums because, you love this. The drums are very synthetic sounding on 7th Star. It's like this album is trapped in 1986 sensibilities forever. It's just not going to ever become timeless or classic. You're never going to hear anything that's going to be remotely sounding like War Pigs that's going to transcend time for a million years, and so that's what these albums are. Just, I'm not going to go back and listen to them probably. Born Again more than 7th Star, but it's not an album I go to a lot. But I do like Ian Gillan, so I come back to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
So
not.
I'm just sorry.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just
Dreadbull's
just
like, never go back.
I was just tallying up each of our individual scores. So yeah.
Yeah, I had
Montag, you gave this, it was a
I had
5
to
to
3
3
with a split.
for Born Again, yeah. Chop was a 6 to 2 with a split for Born Again. I ended up with a 4 to 5 with a split. So I actually favored 7th Star.
Interesting.
Well, it'd be
by
4 to
by
4 with
one
a split.
track.
Only 9 tracks. You can't have 4 to 5 and a
Oh,
split.
did I miss 1, 2?
Can't
3?
you count? Oh,
Sorry.
Dreadbull.
3
3 to 5 with the split.
3 to 5 with a split.
Okay.
So
I need to make my chart a little clearer to look at. I can
yes.
see I need to work on my chart.
Yes.
It's a little hard.
Work
to
on
read.
your counting.
The readability is a little needs work.
This is really fun for, like, we talked about, future Slugfest and stuff. I think it would really be cool to pit like a couple Dio albums against each other. Last in Line or
Sure.
so.
This format has
like
a
a-
lot of potential.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, we could do so many different things with it, right? And
Mhm.
and this
Yeah.
is just I always want to get this out of the way to get other people's perspectives on these two, because you hear so much, and I have my own biases towards them. I enjoy both albums. Do I go to them all the time? No, but to me, they're important for me. So, and I love both singers. So, I just want to get your guys' perspectives as well. So, it really a lot of fun.
I think the
Enjoy it.
singers were the strongest
Mhm.
point of both
Agreed.
albums.
Oh, yeah,
Agreed.
by
definitely.
far. It's hard to find any fault with the singing on either one of these guys.
Yeah.
We just agree it just should never have been put under the Black Sabbath moniker. So,
No.
Right.
No, not at all. Yeah, it not at all. Both of them could have been solo albums and by Tony Iommi, and it would have been much better, well received, perhaps.
Mhm.
Maybe not, I don't know. But Yeah, but hey, that's all stuff you find out after the fact, and this is what Slugfest is all about. And that's why I love this format. Pitting two records and going track by track, because you never know how it's going to be received. But yeah, I love this format. I can't wait to do more.
It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
It's a good format for some really fun discussions on
Mhm.
different albums and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's so many good laughs on it too. So,
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should do our commercial and get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
going to bed.
Yeah. Hey, you can find Heavy Metal Horror on unsaneradio.com. Listen to full episodes or download to your device. You can find us on Facebook, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. On Instagram, look for Montag Lewis, one word. Our YouTube page, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And we're on Roku's Hotel Metal Jam. And if you know someone who would like our show, tell them about us. This has been Montag, Master of Illusion.
Chop top.
Oh, Dreadbull. You caught me off guard.
Did you forget who you were?
No, he usually says something else.
Oh, yeah.
Piece of the old.
I was waiting for a pithy little line there, little tagline.
You shouldn't expect stuff like that from Chop Top. He blows his wad in the opening.
As soon as you expect something, he disappoints you.
Oh, Chop. And you've been watching and listening to Heavy Metal Slugfest.
This is Doug Helvering, and you have been listening to Heavy Metal Horror, the best podcast that you've never heard before.